What is up, guys? Thank you for tuning in for another episode. We're taking a break from the car because we're waiting on stuff. I'm waiting on, well, let me show you. She looks good. She looks really good. But I had to send in my previous video. I talked about me sending in my harness for the fuel pressure sensor. I had to send it in again because the tuner wanted stuff done to it, so I sent it in. Get that figured out. So I'm waiting for that to come back. So while we're waiting for that, since this is pretty much complete, I mean, there's really nothing I can do on it right now. We're gonna be working on the trunk. So my plan is to put my battery there. I actually have a battery there and a battery right there. I got my air lines coming through the wheel well right there. I'll show you the whole setup once we get closer, but I kind of wanted to build like a sub box over the battery in each corner. That way it hides the battery. The batteries are in their own little location, and then I still have this room to like store stuff for shows, like girlfriend's purse, jackets, blanket, food, I don't know, things like that. So that's my plan. I don't know if I'm gonna get to that like now, but I need to get the air tank and stuff back in here. I'll show you my old tank setup, or actually my tank setup is the setup I have on the end of my videos. That's how it used to look. So instead of the sub in the middle, we're gonna put the two subs on each side on top of the batteries. I think that's gonna work, we'll see, but that's the plan. I need my air because when I get my harness back, I gotta tuck it underneath the fender, and as you can tell, I don't have any wheel gap. You see how tight that is? So I gotta feed that back through. So I need this tank set up back in the trunk so I can get air in the bags and raise it up, and then I'll jack it up and get all that figured out. But this is what I'm working with right now. It's a disaster, but I had everything on here. I'm gonna wrap all this in fabric. I'm going with a similar setup because I made this little stand, and then I don't know if you guys can see it, it's right here. Made a little curved piece to hold the manifold, and then the tank's mounted there, and then the compressors are gonna be mounted up front. These two, like right here, long ways like that, and then this side too. But my old setup, it was cut out right here, and then this middle portion, the sub was like right here. This middle portion was just one big piece. But since I'm going with a different setup, I don't want to like spend too much money on wood, like since I already have a lot of it. So I just cut that piece off, cut a piece off that one big piece, mounted it to this, and then once you lay fabric over it, you're never gonna be able to tell. I mean, you guys will know. Whoever watches this video will know that I did this, but once I'm done, you won't even be able to tell. So right now, I think we're ready to wrap this. You got the, don't mind the mess, I gotta clean this, but there's compressor going into the tank, just in case some of you maybe don't know about bags or haven't really looked into them, or don't really like them maybe, I don't know. But here's the compressors, obviously go into the tank. That's where you get all your air from. You hook them up, power and ground like everything else, and then the air goes from the tank through the water trap into the manifold, as they call it. Same with the other side, through the water trap into the manifold. And then down below is the ECU. All your stuff plugs into this. So like this guy plugs into there. This mess plugs in, and then you have your little controller plugs in down there as well. So I've never actually showed you guys this like in depth. So obviously once the car is running, I'll show you in case any of you are wondering. But yeah, that's what we're working on now. We're probably gonna go ahead and wrap this with some fabric. I like this fabric because it looks factory, it looks OEM. I was thinking about doing the trunk in suede since a lot of the interior of the car is suede, like the door panels. Like most of you guys know in the IS, they're all suede, or half of them have suede on them. And then the seats have suede. Some of the seats have suede. Mine are all leather, but you know, I did the A pillars, the B pillars, the middle pillars. I don't know if they're A, B, and C, but I did the A pillars up front, and I did the middle pillars, and I did the rear pillars, and then the headliner and sunroof lid thing. And I don't know if I really like suede in the trunk, so I'm gonna stay with the factory fabric, as you guys see in my picture at the end of my videos. So we'll go ahead and wrap this, and then mount everything back up. I'll show you guys how it looks, and we'll go from there. When you got a tight corner like this, you just want to make a little slit. Where the razor blade is, make a slit, not too far in, but just barely cut it down. And it should wrap in just fine. See, now look at it. Can't even tell. You remember how ugly it looked? Can't even tell. See how I braced it with two pieces? How ugly it looked, had all the marks on it, everything, and now it's just fresh. So I'll show you how it looks in the car. Get you guys some light, hang on. There you go. Fresh. Can't beat that, right? You wouldn't knew. Don't mind the awkward cut back there, or back there. Never gonna see it, and that's like the end of the wood back when I first cut it. So I was very limited. So I think the last thing we're gonna do today is bolt that tank and the compressors to this carpet. maybe. And then maybe we'll test fit this piece that goes here. Maybe cut a new one and wrap it. We'll see. But let's go ahead and do that. So that is pretty much how it's gonna sit. Looks good, I like it. If you also look at that picture, I have a piece of wood that's right underneath the tank so you can't see anything. I might do that again, but like I said, this is all temporary. Or some of it is, some of it. I think I'm gonna leave this kind of setup, but we might change a few things. So we'll go ahead and mount everything up, screw everything down, test fit it, see how it looks, and we'll go from there. There you go, everything's mounted up. Go ahead and test fit it in the trunk. Test fit it in the trunk and show you guys how it looks. So here you guys go. Nice and clean, can't even tell. Like, look at how close. I know there's still a little bit of a difference, but look at how close these carpets are. Like, if any of you want to know, I got this from Walmart. So, in the fabric section, very, very cheap. Thanks guys for watching. I appreciate it. Got some stuff I've been wanting to do done. We'll finish up probably in the next video. I'll probably rewrap some stuff and, you know, get it cleaned up a little bit. Get everything working so we can air this car up and put that wiring in when I get it. Hopefully the next video will be doing the wiring and the trunk, or maybe it'll just be the trunk, maybe it'll just be the wiring. We'll see, but thanks guys for watching. Like this video, don't forget to subscribe. I know a lot of you that watch this video aren't subscribed, so please subscribe. Helps me out a lot. Follow my Instagram, my Facebook. I'll leave it down below in the description. Hope you guys enjoyed something different. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.